Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
Hershe. Welcome to the channel.
Hi. Thank you for inviting me. Hello, hello.
I'm so excited. I mean, we were talking quickly backstage just now, and I can't believe that it feels like you've been around for a very long time on YouTube. You've always been in chats. You've always been around. Your channel is just coming up for a year old, isn't it?
For the YouTube, yeah. Or well, for
Yeah.
the tarot, yeah.
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 You've had lots of, lots of other channels and bits going. So anyway, welcome. Oh, I
Thank you, thank you.
always start a live and then a siren goes past. I don't
I
know if
was
people
thinking
know.
maybe they was just showing up to say hi to me, but okay, it can be you.
It's lovely to have you here. So tonight we're going to be getting to know you, having a bit of a chat, conversation, getting to know Hershe. But we're also going to do some readings, aren't we?
Sure.
That's the plan. So if anybody would like a reading, please pop it into the chat. We're just going to pull a couple of cards tonight. There's no special spread or anything we're doing. If you want it on a particular theme, we're happy to do most themes, but I do have to put this bit up first. For some reason, the UK, I have to say this, otherwise it's all, goes funny. For entertainment purposes only, when I'm not reading for health, financial or legal matters, obviously seek help and a professional advice about those matters. If you are interested in a reading, just put me in capitals. And if you'd like us to look at a certain aspect, perhaps you might want to give us a little bit more details about what you'd like a reading about. If you just want a general reading, that's absolutely fine. Just let us know. But please put it in capitals. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to do this in a bit of a random order, so you might need to hang in there. We will try and get through everyone tonight. So that is the plan. So welcome everyone. Let's say hello to a few people that are coming into chat. It's lovely to see everybody here. Who do we have? Oh, loads of people. Ange was the first one in here. Good evening. And actually, Ange has now got a wrench, so she can use it if she wants to. Let's hope you don't need to, Ange, but feel free, So welcome, Ange. Hello to everyone. And Flowing is here. I hope YouTube continues to work for me. It's been acting up. If I disappear, you'll know why. Well, do come back. You can always watch it on playback if that's the case. So there we go. Lovely Barbara is here. Hello, Barbara. Good to see you. You two also have a wrench, so please feel free to wield it should you need to. All in chat this evening. Fingers crossed it all works for you. Deanne is here. Hello. I just noticed YouTube StreamYard have changed things. They've had an update, so people with wrenches are now in blue. That's exciting. So I can now see.
I didn't notice that Monday. I was like, wait, what? What?
I know. It's like, what's going on? I kind of want to look at it now. I'll be like that, staring at it, forgetting about everyone. Flower Beauty, Peacock Rainbow, hello to you. May Shiva grant you all your wishes. Thank you. Blessings to you. And Blushing the Tower, hello. It's been ages.
I'm the #1 fan. Yes, that'd be me. Yes. Hi, Brian. Hi.
Hi to you, Brian. I hope you're really well. It's been ages, so it's great to see you here. Lovely for you to drop by. Can't wait, but I'll definitely catch the playback. So good to you. Take care. Everyone's saying hi. Got to run, but hugs to everyone. Lottie B is here. Hello, Lottie. Good to see you here. Lots of lovely people chatting there. And Tara, your way is also here. Hello to you. Good to see you, Thomas. I think that's everyone. So if you would like a reading from us, we're happy to do that. Just put it into capital letters. Let us know, and we'll fit some readings in a moment. So up to you. If you want one, that's fine. If not, we can chat for the next hour. Hershe and I have got lots to talk about, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I've always been curious about crossing the pond, and now I'm here, so I have questions.
Now you're here in the good old UK.
Absolutely.
And you brought the weather with you, apparently, because it's been quite a fairly nice day today for a change. It's kind of feeling a bit spring-like. There's a little bit of sunshine around, a little bit of warmth. So
Really? Well, that's wonderful.
mm,
It's quite cold and rainy here. I was just literally thinking, I don't know where this cold is coming from, but I want the 80s and 70s we had last week.
is that what you had? Hang on, I've got to work that out in Celsius. In yeah, hang on. So
Oh, so yeah, it
Fahrenheit,
was.
80s is half. Okay, so the calculation. I need to get my calculator. It sounds pleasantly warm, so that's okay.
Yes, it was. It's not now. It's rainy and foggy and
Raining.
cold and just bleh. Like I went
Uh,
to Seattle, like in Seattle's weather's here.
okay, so whereabouts are you? I've just got to try and picture in the American states because my geography of
I'm
America
in the
is
middle in Missouri
in
temporarily.
Missouri.
Hmm.
I'm with
I'm
you.
in the middle of America. I'm in the heartlands.
What's
Dead smack in the
the
middle.
what would I know about Missouri? Give me some famous facts about Missouri that I might have heard of. Is there anything
Famous
famous about
facts. The capital moved like 6 times before it chose Jefferson City. The most beautiful part to me is probably the Lake of the Ozarks. We've got the
it?
bloodiest 47 acres in America in Missouri.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have much to say positive about Missouri. It's misery for me. I don't like it here. I can't sugarcoat it.
Okay,
It's
let's
just
go
beautiful
with
country. It's farm country, lots of good
mm,
old boys and lots of beautiful cities, but it's just not the state for me.
hopefully you'll be able to get a move and go somewhere else that you feel
I am
more.
on my countdown. I've got big updates coming for everybody. I am moving. I'm moving soon. So big updates are coming
Fingers
soon.
crossed that all goes well for you there.
Please cross
Oh,
those two.
Deanne has done some number crunching. It's 21 degrees Celsius. Thank you. That
Oh,
is very pleasant. That is very pleasant. I'm with you now.
I'm
Okay.
learning like it's like you add it together and then like add 30 or something
Yeah,
or
you
something.
double it.
I'm
You
learning the
double it and add
Celsius
on
thing.
32 roughly. Yeah, it's a bit hit and miss, but yeah. Flowing says it's raining here and cold. Lynn is
Oh
here.
man, you must
Hello,
be
Lynn.
close to me because that's what it is here.
Care Bear is here. Hello, Care Bear. Good to see you here. Oh, and
Hello,
Gerald
hello.
is here, but he's lurking. He's listening, lurking. So he did message me earlier on. So it's lovely to see you here, my dear. And you take care. Love to Jeffrey. Who else do we have? Anyone else? Philippa is here. Hello, Philippa. Good evening to you. Lovely to see you here.
Hello, hello.
Anne says, I've never been to America.
I've never been over across the
Hopefully,
pond, so
sometime
we
you'll
should
get the
trade.
opportunity.
We can do
Hopefully.
that swap
I
for
have
a
to say,
week or so.
yeah. The places I've visited, and there's not that many, I have to be honest, and they tend to be quite touristy places, but I've always had a really lovely time. And I would love to
You've been
go.
here to
And
America?
I've been to Florida. I've been
Oh,
to
yeah, Florida.
Pennsylvania. I've
Oh,
been
yes,
to
yes.
Nevada. I've been to Vegas. I've been to California.
Ah, never been to either of
No,
those. And I'm
no,
here, and I've never been to them.
no. Plenty of time. It's plenty of time. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Google, for the. There you go. Deanne's being honest. Yeah, she had to Google it. And Flying says, congrats to you, Hershe, there. Congratulations
Thank
to,
you, thank you.
to moving here. Moving soon. And Kristen Louise is here. Hello, Kristen. It's great to see you here as well. And I hope you are doing very well, my dear. It's been ages to see you, so I'm really pleased to see you here. And I think, oh, and Beth is here as well. I hope I haven't missed anyone out. If I have, I do apologize. I've got a couple of people already starred. Let me just check. I've got 2 people at the moment would like a reading in a moment. Lottie B and Anne. So if there is anybody else who would like a reading with Hershe and me today, please just pop it into capitals. If there's a particular theme you'd like or just a general read, just let us know. And we'll do those in a little while. Jamie is also here. Lots of people dropping by today. Afternoon to you. Good to see you here. And Lots of love in the room. And Beth says, if you return to the US, you must visit Santa Fe. I think you'll be enchanted. The motto is Land of Enchantment. I would love to do that. I'd like to do anything before I retire and visit, you know, go on a bit of a visit, go on a bit of a drive around. But who knows? Lots of places to see. So there we go. Where have you been visited anywhere outside the US, Hershe?
Nope. I will be this year. I'm taking my very first cruise this year, and I'm going from Texas to Nassau, Bahamas, and back. So I'm super excited. I've never in my life, I've done a lot of adrenaline things just for fun, but I've never done a cruise, and I'm finally gonna pop my cherry and get on a big cruise and go to another country. I'm scared to go to another country, but I'm going.
How long's the cruise for?
8 nights, 9 days. So if you're going to go, you might as well go and spend, you know, at least a whole week, right? I mean, you got to see as much as possible.
Exactly. You got to eat as well. All that food and entertainment.
It's all included. Like, I know there's like one or two that are like upcharges, but for the most part, like food and drink, I believe it's included. So, yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be very inebriated, but I'm not going to feel a thing because I'm going to be on water and I'm going to be walking just fine. Been on lots of boats on lots of water, and I never felt the liquor until I landed. I've got days before I land, so I'm not going to feel a thing. I'm ready.
I've never done a cruise before. I'm not particularly good on boats, if I'm honest with you. So, but I quite fancy doing one up around Norway and Sweden and all the fjords up that way.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful. I'm ready.
Flowing says there's a nice group of people in here. You're absolutely right. It's lovely to see so many people here.
Well, of course, all the gems are here. Absolutely.
I know. Lovely. How great. Kristen says, I'm going to California for the first time in a few months, San Diego and San Francisco. I loved San Francisco when I went.
You know, I want to go. I've never had California on my wish list. It would just seem like it was just never going to be on my thing, right? Like the West Coast for me, I wanted to go to like Seattle or Washington or, you know, somewhere different, you know, other than California. But I don't know, here lately, like it's like, ooh, I might as well scratch that itch and just see what the West Coast is like. Because, you know, I've been to the East Coast, I've been down south, I've been east, I need to go west. So I'm getting very curious, so I'll be asking for some good spots to go look at eventually.
Kristen, Flowing says, Kristen, I enjoyed San Diego and love San Francisco. Yeah. Barbara, I've got your reading in, so we'll do that for you in a short while. So thank you for popping that one in. Beth says, San Francisco's going through a slump in its history right now. The homeless situation's out of control. 2020 also affected it. Just know that it's magical, but in a slump. Yeah. Michelle Williams is here. Good to see you, my dear. If you'd like a reading, please pop it capitals in if you'd like a reading off us. Deanne says, I'm not great on boats either, but the cruise was fun. Oh, Deanne, you don't know how bad I am. You really don't know how bad. No,
I'm like picturing you panicking or something.
I can get seasick on things that aren't even boats. I can do that. Yeah. So when I went to Magic Kingdom and I went on the paddle steamer that goes around the island, whatever it is there. Oh, no. I managed to throw up on that. It's not even a boat.
It's barely moving.
Under the water.
Oh, my God. Well, I don't get motion sickness, but I've never been that far out. Like I've lived in Florida before, so the ocean is a part of me. It's in my veins. And I've been like deep sea diving, you know, which is just like a mile or two off the coast, you know, that kind of thing. But I've never been just deep where there's no land for hundreds of miles. It's just water. So I'm taking Dramamine with me just in case, but I've never had a motion sickness thing. I actually get motion sickness more in the back seat of a car than I do on water. So I can understand the motion sickness part. I'm just
Well,
saying.
I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. It's yeah, you'll be fine. Have a lovely time, and you
I
get to
am
go
going
off.
to have the best time of my life. I already know.
Oh, Beth has lived in the Bay Area for 19 years. The best restaurant's the Fat Lady in Oakland. Wow.
Ooh.
And Flying says no boats for me too.
No boats. Well, I'm not gonna
No boat.
fly. I'm not a flyer, so I'm gonna be all the water and land. So
Yeah. Michelle says, I appreciate California so much now that I moved east. Don't get me wrong. I think all the places are spectacular, but just saying you don't realize how special things are until you no longer have them. That sounds
yep.
like a Joni Mitchell song, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow says, I'm doing Shivrati prayers through the night as it's the most powerful time of the year, so we'll be in and out. Request you to do the reading, even if I may not be here, so I'll come back. Absolutely, we can do a reading for you, and then if you do have to disappear, you can watch it on the playback. So I will pop that one in as well. So I'm just checking who we've got for some reading. So Lottie, Ange, Barbara, Flower Beauty, Peacock, Rainbow. Again, if there's anyone else that would like a reading of us, we're here for a little time. Please just pop it into the chat and we can we'll do that for you. Right, I'm gonna have a quick sip of I didn't ask you drinking anything there, Hershe.
I'm drinking iced tea. I'm something is wrong with me. My drinking iced tea. Something's wrong. Hold on one second. Yes.
Let's put I see the future. Hershey and I drive into my hometown in SoCal. We'll pit stop at the Grand Canyon and Las Vegas. That would be huge. I'd love to do a Grand Canyon. That would be amazing. I should have gone when I was there. Philippa said I went on a cruise with my school. It's great fun. Later cruised around the Greek islands. Oh my goodness, the Greek islands are amazing. Marita is here. Hello, my dear. I will pop you in for a reading. It's lovely to see you here. I hope you are doing okay. San Francisco Ghost Tours. Lots of walking from the Queen Anne Hotel. It's fabulous. I strongly recommend the Bohemians, Mark Twain. Writers who rented. Oh, long book there. There we go. So read that one there. Okay.
Delivery. I didn't realize it was a delivery today. I apologize.
And Care Bear highly recommends Zion Canyon in Utah. Not too dry. Yes, I've heard that that's beautiful. Yeah, great. Hershey, let's get to know you a little bit first, if that's okay. So,
Well, apologies for that rude and sorry delivery. I did not know was coming. I'm Hershey. I just know how to be me. I know how to talk about life. I see life quite differently than a lot of people. I'm always looking for the positive. I'm full of hope. I spread hope. I give hope. I lend it out so that it can grow. I don't want it back. I just want it paid forward. I love looking into people's subconscious and seeing how they can change their current situation and live a better version of themselves for themselves.
that's lovely. That's fantastic. And how long have you been kind of working with your skills, your gifts, however you want to call it? Has it been something you've always had, or is it something that's came along to a later in life?
It kind of hits or misses a bunch of different places in my life. As a teenager, when I lived in Florida, I got the awesome opportunity to have a pretty cool boyfriend at the time that took me to meet his Meemaw, and she lived in a shack in Louisiana and New Orleans in the swamps. And oh my God, that woman, when she met me, she started like shivving, or like she just started shaking uncontrollably. And she grabbed my hand, she was like looking all at me, and she was like, you have a story. This is, and she knew it was my last time being in this path. that I had a whole different like she was just like mind blowing to me, and she was like, "You have Oracle decks," and I was like, "Are you like spying on me? How would you know I have Oracle decks?" So
Yeah.
and it just kind of branched out from everything that's happened in my life. So yeah, I've always kind of tried to, and then I wanted to get my PhD in psychology, and life decided that wasn't going to happen, but we'll give you a little taste of it, and then we're going to change your life again. And this is where I'm at. My life has been changed for the complete different in many situations, and I'm here for it. Like I'm ready for this next chapter. Like I know it's gonna be crazy, but I'm still not. I'm still ready for it. So it's just
Oh,
it's
that's
just
so
always
nice
been
to
a part
hear.
of me.
It's so nice to think I'm ready for the next chapter, and that's,
Absolutely.
I love some of your positivity, and I also have to say, I love going back to when you're in chat, you're putting stuff up on chat and you're moderating, and for a lot of people. So again, I'm just going to quickly say thank you for that in case I forget at the end there, because
You're
I
very
know
welcome.
you are very well respected as a member of the community here, not just for the lives, but everything that you do in chat to make our lives easier. And I'm sure a lot of people agree with me that we are very thankful for that. So I'm going to say that now
Thank you.
before I forget.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, I was going to ask you some questions. You've kind of started answering them. I was going to ask you where would your dream holiday location be, but is it going to be the Bahamas?
Actually, it sounds crazy, but my dream fantasy location is Hershey Park, Pennsylvania. I mean, I'm named Hershey. Of course, I want to go to Hershey Park. Like, I mean, come on now. Um, I've always wanted to go to New York during New Year's just to watch and the feel the energy of what 10 million people would be like in one spot. You know, I don't want to party or none. I just want to feel the energy. Grand Canyon. I don't know. I don't really have a specific place, but the Bahamas is definitely up there in the top 5.
I'm so pleased that you're getting to go to experience it as well. That's fantastic. I
I am
was going
too.
to ask you
It's an
about
opportunity I
astrology.
never thought would happen.
I was going to quickly ask you about astrology. Do you have a
Oh,
strong
okay.
belief in astrology? Is that part of your
Absolutely.
work? And what can I ask?
Absolutely.
What star sign are you? And are you kind of
Gemini.
the true trait of that star sign?
I am a first Gemini, and I am through and through old school Gemini. I love being a Gemini. I'm a Gemini that has a dark moon, a dark Taurus moon, so I'm a Gemini that has horns. So me being a first Gemini with horns is a beautiful place to be for me. So I have no complaints of my sign.
Perfect. I'm a Taurian, so I appreciate anyone that has Taurian traits, because we need to stick together, us stubborn people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My favorite cousin in the whole world, most people know her already. She has a channel. Her birthday is 420. Like best birthday ever in the world, but she's a Taurus. And if it wasn't for her like making me start owning my horns, my Taurus horns, my bull horns, my stubbornness because of me being so close to it having a new moon in Taurus as my dark moon, it's like, ooh, I didn't realize it. So the grounding of her is not there. It's like the volcano, the earthquakes. That's my earth connection. You know, it's not the grounding, peaceful. It's the bull with the horns shaking the earth up. So my earth connection with my air, I love it. It's fun.
Fabulous. I'm the full moon in Taurus as well, so I've got the full on Taurian energy. So just people
Yes,
are
you
better
do.
watch out, because I ain't moving. I'm so
I know
stubborn.
that's right.
Oh dear, I love talking about. I wish I understood a bit more about astrology, but I know what I am, and it all fits together. And so I admire
Right.
anyone that knows more about astrology. But I find the whole thing really fascinating. So I always like to ask
I'm
people what
learning.
stars
Yeah, I'm enjoying learning it. I found out like years ago that I was a born dragon, and I just kind of ran with that. And then I took my time and years understanding it, And then my son, my youngest son, is a wood dragon. Or no, not I'm sorry, not a wood dragon. He is a dragon. And then my granddaughter that was just born like 2 weeks ago today actually is a dragon. She's a wood dragon. So
Yeah,
we have a lot of dragons. We have a lot of fire energy, and I like it. So I'm a little bit of all of the elements, and I love it.
a well-rounded element.
Like,
I love that. I love
absolutely.
that.
My
I'm just
ascending is
gonna.
Aries, so yeah, of course
There
I'm
you
fire
go.
there too.
I don't know what my elements are. I have to think. I have to look those ones. I think I'm an. I've done this, but I think I'm an iron pig or metal pig. I think I'm a metal pig.
Oh, okay.
I don't know very
The,
much
the
about
boar,
that,
right?
but it sounds quite Taurian. I thought it's like fitted with stubbornness and eating a
Taurus,
lot
I
of
don't know what to
food.
do.
So there
I'm a
you go.
Taurus.
So, yeah.
I
When I
get
go to
it.
the doctor, you need to lose weight. I go, oh, Taurian. Come on now, come on.
It's never gonna happen.
I'm a metal pig, so there you go. What do you expect? Yeah.
You sound
Anyway,
like my Capricorn son saying, I'm the good Capricorn. I'm the December Capricorn. Your other son is the January." And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. You're both Capricorn. He was like, "But we're different as day and night, but you're both Capricorn."
oh, there's a lot of love in the chat for you, Hershe. I know you can't read see chat at the moment, so I'll put them
Yeah,
up on the
sorry guys.
screen.
Yeah.
Beth says Hershe brings her special talents, and they are so appreciated. Care Bear would like me at some point to do another poem. I promise I will. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. Maruta has put a link to your channel, so please, if you haven't subscribed to Hershe's channel, follow Maruta's links. Make sure you like and subscribe. And while you're at it, like and subscribe to me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Deanne
To
says,
all
I'm
these
very
could be things.
thankful. She gave me some words I think about almost every day. That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. And Beth says, yes, I wrote down the Hershe words she gave you, Deanne. If you don't mind, I'll share them. I share them and love them. Oh, that's really lovely.
I love it.
There's lots of people putting their star signs in. So, Ange married to a Gemini, typical Scorpio. Care Bear's Gemini, Sun, Taurus, Moon, and Rising.
Nice.
Wow.
Love it.
My Saturn is in Taurus. There's lots of people with a lot of love for the Taurians in here, which is great.
Absolutely. They're my favorite of the earth. You would think it would be Capricorn with me having two sons Capricorn. No, I'm all Taurus when it comes that way. Earth signs. I just want the Taurus.
Beth is my oldest daughter is Gemini with Leo Moon. Wowzers. And Care Bear says, I'm 8 months from now, I should be a certified astrologer. So we'll be happy to help. Useful person to have around. Congratulations on getting that as well.
I'm going to know a personal astrologer.
I know.
I would be like, y'all, I got a good friend.
You're going to be busy, I can tell you. Hershe said, if you don't test yourself, the universe will test you. I think that's kids' songs playing, and I have 3 brain cells because of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Care Bear's a metal monkey. There's wooden horses, metal rats. Everyone's doing fire snakes. I'm just going through. Hershe is wonderful, says Flowing. Oh, you are all
I love you, Flowing.
And Beth says, you're a Taurus and in the year of a pig. The Labanco is all making sense now. Oh, the Labanco. Do you know what? I think you're right. It is. That deck is absolutely that. I will give you that. Fortunately, I'm not using it tonight because I just think, well, there's enough going on in the world without me getting my Labanco tarot out right now. We'll save that for special purpose.
I don't know. It might be the perfect deck.
It's sitting somewhere there. I can see it's out the corner of my eye. It's probably jumping around on the shelf going,
is it calling to you? Like,
no.
I'm over here.
You stay there. Philippa is a double Scorpio with Moon in Aquarius, wooden rat. That's quite a combo there, isn't it?
That is a mouthful. Wow.
It is a mouthful. A double score.
Wow, I love it.
Michelle is Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, Sagittarius Moon. I'm Sagittarius Moon as well. I think I've got a bit in there as well. Maruta is a Golden Earth Chicken. I love that. Care Bear starts her class. I'm rattling through this really fast because I want to get onto the readings, but people are putting lovely comments in. So the class starts tomorrow. Good luck with it. Hope you've got a brand new folder and book to be writing in if it's first class tomorrow.
That's right.
And Flowing says, congrats. That's great. You can practice on me. We can form a queue. I think form a queue.
Absolutely right. We got a list made already.
Thomas is a water rabbit. I love it. Yeah, they are Chinese associations. You're a pig too, but don't know my element. You have to just look it up. The year you were born, it will tell you. So yeah.
Yeah, it does the hour, the day, the time, or something like, and the year. Like it does all four of them. Like I broke it down. I'm something, a tiger, a snake, and a dragon. My year is the dragon. My
okay, so
day is the snake. Yeah.
That's in depth.
Yeah. I had to because Jonathan Daly and Betsy Palmer, the medium, did a live, and I was invited, so I had to be there, and I had to have my dragon on, so because it was the dragon Chinese New Year, so I had to have a little bit of knowledge, so I had to learn a little bit, so enough to at least do the live. So it was interesting. I really liked it.
That sounds fun. Yeah, Gerald and I did something about the dragon because it always marks the Chinese New Year. Always, well, the Lunar New Year, I should say, is now called, isn't it? Always marks Gerald and I's first live together so many years ago. So we always have a kind of anniversary around then to represent.
Oh, I love it. Right? Yeah.
I know. That says I'm thinking read with the Witch Sisters and LeBanc and call it the bitch slap. Oh, that certainly would be.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Trying to hurt somebody's feelings now.
Let's have a look. So let's just have a little look. We've got 6 people.
Okay.
We've got Lottie and Barbara, Flower Beauty, Maruta, and Thomas, I think. So if there's anybody else that would like a reading, please, you've still got time to put into chat at the moment. We do have time. So are you ready? Have you got your decks there, Hershe? Were you using just one deck, or what are you using?
I have 5. I have 5 decks out, just depending on what I'm called to with the question. Yeah.
Absolutely. I've got 3 and an oracle. So let's flex and get ready to go, shall we?
All righty, I'm ready.
We're going to go with Lottie, who would just love a reading there. So if there's anything you would like a particular reading on, we'll just do a general run if that's okay, Lottie. You haven't said if you needed it on anything, so we'll do a general one if that's okay for you. Beth, I've got you, so I've put you in as well. So, Lottie's here. Hello there, Lottie. Is that okay to do a general one for you? General's good. Lovely. Okay. So, a couple of cards. Shuffle, shuffle. Absolutely, Kerber. Shuffle, shuffle. If you're ready to go, do start. You can start. I'm still doing mine. So if you're ready, Hershe, by all means, start.
So I just kind of checked your head and your roots just to make sure that subconsciously you're in a safe place. So in your root, I got Magician paired with Faith. So you're definitely in a good spot in your crown area. you are holding on to what you believe and you're standing for something instead of literally being neutral and just falling for everything. In your roots, you got valuable. You're finding something that is really holding on to you subconsciously. It's like just grabbed you. You might not have even expected this. So there's something that's really taking value in your roots. So hold on to your roots and understand that your roots will feed your crown. And that's what I got for you, sweetie.
Okay. I've got a lot of pentacles. So, Andrea, Lottie, sorry, I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you. I've given a sense. Let's go through the cards. I've got Four of Pentacles, King of Cups, Five of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So pretty much a lot of pentacles there. I'm wondering if someone or some situation perhaps is taking up the finances. I kind of got a feeling there might be somebody here, not necessarily stringing you along, but is doing a very good job at charming some resources out of you, or perhaps talking up a business deal or talking up something that you might not be sure about. And I'm getting a sense of you perhaps wanting to hold on to what you have quite close to you and not wanting to let it go there, because there's a sense of with the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, there's a real sense here of this person is a bit of a charmer and pulling on the friendship strings a little bit to get what they want. I don't know if that rings true or there's anybody that you can see that one there for, but you are wise to sit on your resources, to hold it close, because you have got those Five of Pentacles there, which would suggest if you go along the route of listening to this person, you could end up not necessarily losing out, but there is a chance that you'll end up spending more, or something might snowball a bit more out of control than you first thought. The King of Pentacles is interesting because it's almost like you have to put that King of Cups in their place, and then you go, actually, this is a more reserved person. This is what I need to focus on, being more reserved. By all means investing, by all means spending, by all means decorating and doing things around the house if that's what it's about, but doing it sensibly and doing it at your pace and doing it when it feels right to you. I've also rather interesting pulled an oracle card from the Wendy Andrews deck, and I've got the card of generosity again, which it goes again with the idea of money. So be the divine flow yourself. So there just seems to be that there's a lot about finances, resources floating around there. Just be really sure that anything that you set your heart to do, you're doing it for yourself and not necessarily for other people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Big difference, subconscious and conscious. That's good. You're not dwelling in things,
Yeah.
so that's a good.
Yeah,
that's healthy.
Oh, that's interesting. Lottie's just made a lovely comment there. It's a car dealer trying to sell me, trying to get to sell my car, very persuasive, but I'm holding off. Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah, do what you need to do. Absolutely. And she says, thank you. That totally resonates. I appreciate the feedback. It's nice to know that we are along the right lines there. So Lottie, hold tight there. King of Pentacles as well, often to do with, Pentacles steering wheel. If you want to go down that road, I don't want to, but it's there if you want to. Thank you very much, Lottie, for allowing us to read for you there. Hello to anyone else. Sega, I think I've pronounced that. I see you want a reading. Yeah, please make sure you like and subscribe. I'll pop you into the list, and we'll get around to doing a reading for you at some point. So Ange is up next. Ange would love a general reading, if that's okay.
Oh boy.
I love what Thomas has said. Thomas wants a reading in a moment, and he says, only Hershe reads me the riot act all the time. Does he listen? No, that's the question.
Very much. not informative. Okay, so I've got a couple of cards for you. So subconsciously, you got Sun in reverse, right? So when you think about the Sun card, right, you think about it being a very positive, a very uplifting card. But there are attributes when it's in reverse. Those aren't necessarily negative, they're awarenesses, right? There's something when you look. See how he's just plunging his hand into the chest of the other one? Doesn't look very friendly, right? And then they paired it with centered, right? So something in you is telling you that there's somebody that's just not, it's not hitting your heart rate. You know what I'm saying? Like they're taking from your heart, they're taking the lovingness that your heart has to offer, but it's just not feeling the same in return. You know, it's a very one-way situation by the looks of this. But then I actually looked at the crown and I got King of Wands paired with non-conformitist, right? This is about living your own life and not required to conform, right? So if you are not conforming, you're not breaking. You're bending to your way and not breaking to be fitting into their way, right? So I can see why King of Wands in your crown was paired with this, right? We think of King of Wands, but the shadow side of that, the subconscious side, is that he's also the laziest king. He doesn't have to work for very much because everybody does his work for him. So be very cautious with that mentality and make sure that you keep your mind going. In your roots, you got the devil. For a shadow reader, this is excellent in there because this means you are not leaving things stagnant in roots. You are cleaning them roots out. You're not allowing weeds to grow. You are not allowing dirt to uproot your roots. You are staying grounded. You are doing the shadow work that needs to be done for the healthy living that you require in your adult life. You're not allowing anything from your child with that traumatic things to happen. The devil showing up in this form in your root lets me know that you are working on all of that subconscious stuff and possibly even unconscious stuff that you didn't know was created in a childlike traumatic environment. So your roots look good. Keep doing that shadow work. Keep clearing out your closets because you need room for, you know, good things and positive things. So it looks really good. Just be very cautious of who you share your energy with your heart, and keep cleaning them roots out. It looks really good on my side. That's what I got for you, sweetie.
That's super interesting because the first card flew out, and that was the devil card that I had here. So
Oh, wow.
again, so it was there before I even pulled a card. It came flying out of there. Yeah, it's again that sense of, and with it came the hanged man, the hanged person there. And what you said is so interesting. There is a real sense here of stop, balance, rethink, readdress with the hanged man. It's almost like I'm not listening to what's going on. I'm not listening to the outside world. It's time to just put away, particularly all the things that I know are sparkly and nice and put me off. It's time to shut those out for a moment and spend some time considering where you want to be, what you want to do. There's two cards either side of that one. I've got the Nine of Cups, which is a beautiful card to have because it's always a successful card there. You've got also the Page of Pentacles here. Both interesting cards to have either side of the Hanged Man because both of them suggest success in what you're planning to do. However, this card is pretty instamatic and pretty much things are going to work out absolutely fine, but there's quite a fast action that goes with it. The Page of Pentacles, however, suggests that perhaps you need to think about slowing it down. The Page of Pentacles is one of the slowest energies in the court suit. He always gets there and he always gets to where he wants to be in the correct manner. He will not take shortcuts. He will read the manual from cover to cover. He will do all the research in everything. He will plan the journey to every meter or every footstep that he makes. So the journey is really well planned out before anything happens. So it kind of feels like you're in a situation, much as Hershe said, where you have the instantaneous gratification versus the slow, steady, careful planning. And you kind of have to make a decision. what feels the best for you, but certainly don't go reacting to any external elements that may put you off that decision.
Perfect. Wow.
Lovely.
That was nice.
There's some very
I like when they go together. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Heather. Good to see you here. And who else is here? Colour's here. Hello. Sorry, everyone. I can't use both hands at the same time. I'm just shuffling. I hope I haven't missed anyone out. If I have, I do apologise. Does he listen, says Thomas. Heck no. And who was that? Someone said, oh, going back to Lottie Care, they were saying, I always think about the magician when it comes to car dealers. Yes, I like that. Okay. Anne says, thank you. You're very welcome, my dear. Next up is Barbara. Barbara would like a general reading, if that's okay. Absolutely no problem. This is my first time of using the Everyday Witch Tarot, and I bought it a few months ago, and I absolutely love it. It's one of those old, I just feel instantly in love with it, and the energy that it has is really super. So I'm really pleased to be using it tonight. It's reading really well.
Absolutely not. Wow. Really? Wow. Okay. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so hello. So I have kind of these rules of thumbs, right? I was taught when a card hits the floor, that trouble is at your door, right? Even when it's a positive card, it could be trouble at your door, right? So I had a whole stack hit the floor. There is some shadow work. I don't have like in-depth permission to like dig all through the subconscious of these, but what I can tell you is what they are in a minute. What I actually got for you is I got 5 of coins, right? So when we think about the energy in the 5 of coins, we think about the loss, we think about what we don't have anymore, we think about the hardship that we're in, but how much of it is it actually mental abuse that we're doing to ourselves, right? For this to be your crown, your mind card, this lets me know that like that stinking thinking, that being your worst enemy, that is a bad subconscious hard place to be, right? It's not easy because it's full of doubt and not a lot of nurturing, right? The nurturing doesn't come natural when you have the doubt and the 5 of coins energy. So when you think about the awareness that comes with that in your root systems and your mind and in your heart, when you think about the 3 chakras that really cause us to have 2 feet and a heartbeat, right? That keep us motivated, that keep us moving. You have to think about why they paired it with nurture, right? You have got to do it for yourself. When nobody will do it for us, that's when doubt comes in. That's where that stinking thinking comes in. That's where we start doubting and sabotaging our own self because of our own life tracks of thought, right? You can change those forced thoughts. You can nurture yourself and find a better way to have healthier things going on in your subconscious. It's not the only thing about self-doubt, because with self-doubt, you got a star in reverse, you got a 7 of swords, you got a hangman, you got a 6 of wands in reverse, you got a 10 of coins, you got the devil and the devil. So not a lot of what sounds like positive cards, but what I hear is a lot of challenges that the universe is sending to you so that you can make you first. You have to put yourself first. And this is your opportunity to turn all of this back here into something that will be very productively current, forward moving. But you have to put in some work and you have to nurture yourself and definitely put you above all else so that you can heal from the inside out.
That's beautiful. Barbara, I'm just putting this out there. I'm getting a sense that there's been a conversation or perhaps thoughts or plans that have been put together, whether it's with somebody close to you, whether that's somebody at work or whether it's a partner or a member of your family or a neighbor. But there seems to be, I have a dichotomy going on between the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles here. In one side, you've got the Queen of Cups who's trying to support and be lovely and see everybody's emotions and trying to juggle a lot of things that's going on. And you've got the King of Pentacles who's very grounded and quite stubborn. We talked earlier about Taurian stubbornness. That's that card there. And it just feels like this has been rumbling on because you've got the Page of Pentacles. Like I said earlier, the energy of this is very, very slow, churning away. So it almost feels like there's I'm not going to say necessarily a disagreement, but there's let's call it an altercation, perhaps, and the possibility that it's not going to blow up into anything dreadful, but it's something that just keeps grinding away. And you may find that it's one of those things that's just slowly eating away into your energy during the day. I don't know if that rings true. Now, the reason that I say that is I've pulled 2 cards around this one there. 2 of Pentacles. Again, we've got a lot of Pentacles coming through this evening. 2 of Pentacles is about literally as this witch is sitting on the fence, having perhaps to juggle a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, or keeping everyone happy, trying to keep everything up in the air. And it feels like that's an energy that is slowly beginning to get sorted, because I've also pulled for you, Barbara, the 6 of Wands. Now, the 6 of Wands would suggest that this situation will quite surely sort itself out. And it looks like the 6 of Wands being the victory card, you would be on the right side of it, if that makes sense. So I think that if this is having resonance to you, you can be rest assured by the fact that what you're doing is correct and it will get sorted and you will come out in the position that you want to be in. I will say one thing about the 6 of Wands, though. Sometimes we get excited about a victory and celebrating a success and a victory and perhaps a battle won. Don't forget that when that is the case, there's always somebody who loses for you to have a victory. So just make sure, and I'm sure this is the case, be an absolute gracious winner on that one, and still think about the journey and what you've learned on that one there and adopt that as well. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you. I've also pulled an oracle card. You've got Radiance, and it says rejoice in your life. So again, that's a beautiful, wonderful flora card there. Lots of flowers, lots of very spring-like. So perhaps this is your season to now be going outside and celebrating yourself a bit more. I love that. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you very much for allowing us to read to you. Hello for joining us, Kristen. I've seen your comment. Yeah, we can do that. We can do a reading for you about your up and coming gig. I think you called it there. Absolutely, we can do that one for you. Let's do Maruta now. Are you okay, Hershe? You all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
For sit.
Ooh.
We've got Thomas, we've got Flower Beauty, we've got Beth, we've got Sega, who's got a question about when I get married. I'm from a country where arranged marriage is also a possibility. Okay. We'll try and do that one for you. And Kristen Louise as well. We've got your cards there, and yeah, reading. Okay. Rich, I'm just taking it you want a general one, if that's okay.
Somebody say a gentle one? Oh boy. Okay. Well, just because it's there. Oh, and that one's there too. Okay. All right. Well, let's have a little chit chat. So, I don't know if I've ever read for you or not. Oh wait, it's Maruda. Yes, of course I've read for you. Maruda. Okay. So first and foremost, your heart is torn about something, right? You got Chariot in reverse in the heart position. So what I want you to understand is that just because your heart and your mind are not in the same place and that you're torn about a decision that has to be made, this is not going to be an easy decision, right? They paired this with the Three of Swords. You know me, I read the Three of Swords. For me, that's the worst card in the deck. And they paired that with a reverse Chariot for your heart. This decision, this must be something that you must be very passionate about, but it is absolutely not serving you. I don't want to say it's detrimental to you, but when it's paired with a two of swords in reverse and a tower, I have to pay attention to that, right? For your roots, you have a tower and you have a two in reverse. This challenge, this position that your heart and your head are in, it's a logical choice, but it doesn't make it any easier for the heart, right? In your head, I got rejoice and power. So it's like your mind's not even focusing on this very uncomfortable decision that needs to be made. Your Chariot is always going to go forward, sweetie, but if it's in reverse, that means that one or the other, head or heart, is not about it. Like something's just not right. You're not all the way in it. So whatever it is, and with the power being in your mind, the logical part of your brain is literally telling your heart to let it go. But it's not going to be an easy let go. So absolutely, though, with the roots and the tower being in a place of foundation, I really, really, really know that you will make the correct choice, even though it is not going to be an easy choice. But you do need to make it. It is something that is going to affect how you move more swiftly and smoothly into your new journey. And that's what I got for you, sweetie.
Interesting. I have a similar kind of vibe going on, actually. I've pulled an oracle card first, and it said about companionship. It just says you are not alone, and that's actually really important to take this with you, because what you were saying about making decisions, and it might not be necessarily easy. There are people around and there are ways of making it easier for you to, and even I suppose having a reading like this in many ways may shed some light onto it or give you an idea. So let's just remember that one there. I've pulled again, these cards keep coming up tonight. I promise you I'm shuffling these decks. You've got the Hanged Person again as the energy of the reading. So again, it's that stasis, it's that almost cocooning or shutting down or going into almost a vacuum in many ways. And it feels like you're giving yourself time to think things through. I don't always know if that's always a good thing, because as you suggested, we can think and think and think and think about these things, but at some point we actually have to turn ourselves the right way up and actually act on something. And so that's always the difficult trait, isn't it? Again, here he is, the King of Pentacles. That's the third time he's popped up tonight, but this time he's with the King of Wands, and these two kings are almost opposite one another in every single aspect. You've got the King of Pentacles, who's surly, down to earth, very, very grounded, very, very slow, very, very reliable. And you've got the King of Pentacles, who's all about the showmanship and look at me and aren't I wonderful, and he's a bit flash. So I'm just wondering if that is the two elements of a situation, or perhaps of a person that is in your life at the moment, or perhaps that's the way you're thinking, because they really seem to be opposite one another there. I've also pulled for you the Seven of Swords, which again isn't always a nice card to have, but the way we've got here, this person is actually not necessarily stealing the swords, but they're disarming the swords. They're taking them away so that they can't be used for anything destructive or anything dangerous. So actually it's a disarming rather than a stealing that's going on there. And again, it's making a situation easier to deal with by actually taking out some of the energy, or taking out some of the resources away from it, by taking away some of the thought patterns that go on with there. I have, however, got the Three of Cups for you, which again is a joyous card to have. So that would suggest that once this process is through, there is time to then get back on track with friends. Remember, we talked about not being alone. You are in a companion. So perhaps it's time to actually find a circle of friends to be thinking about this, celebrating and spending time to help and recuperate once this process has been sorted. It's interesting that those two are, both you and me, Hershe, have both got a very similar vibe going on there.
Yep. Definitely not an easy decision that needs to be made, but something, the right choice to be made.
Yeah. Oh, Maruta's given us some information. He's a Pisces with a Taurus moon, and LP3. I'm lost on that one there. Talking about a car. There was something about a car. Oh yes, here we go. Literally, the truck I helped my boyfriend buy broke down. Okay, this makes a bit more sense. And Maruta says, I do feel like he was taken advantage of. His son is a mechanic and assured him of the soundness of it all. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not easy choices.
His friends are helping him as much as possible. Lovely life path. Thank you. That's a sticky situation. Lovely. Thank you so much. I'm just going to remove a few people we've done reading for. Shall we do Flower Beauty, who I'm not sure is here, so she had to keep popping in and out. But hopefully we'll do that here. And we can come back and catch that one later on a replay if Flower Beauty is there. But just a general reading there. Then I have Beth, Thomas, Sega, and Kristen Louise as well. Maruta says, thank you for the reading. And very welcome, my dear.
Very welcome. So they just wanted me to do a quick shadow check for you, Flower. Basically, so we're just gonna check your crown, what's going on up here in the mind, right? What I got is 5 of Swords, and they paired that with defeat. So this isn't a pity party, right? That's not what I would want people to focus on with the 5s, even though it seems like that's the hype of it, right? To be in a scourly, hard, cold, dark place, right? These, I feel, are absolutely about something being brought to your attention, right? Because you're looking at it from a subconscious point of view. This isn't something that's currently going on. This is something that is lingering back there. It's like burning up on one of the eyes on the back of your stove, right? Because you forgot about it. So this is why I think the 5 of Swords shows up in the defeat kind of position. But it's not because you're wanting the pity potty. It's because you're done. It's kind of like you've hit your lowest of your low. So only way to go is up. So this awareness in your root and your crown lets me know that your thoughts are not the healthiest, but they're also subconsciously in a place of vulnerability. Vulnerability makes them transparent. Transparent makes that they can be worked on and worked out. So keep allowing yourself to be in an uncomfortable position when you're thinking about the shadow aspects that you have to overcome with traumatic events and things that happened prior to today, prior to this week, right? When you think about what's going on in your roots, you got 7 of Swords in reverse, and this would be the thief, right? This wouldn't be the one taking to eliminate power. This is the one that's literally taking just a damn take, right? This is the deceitful thief, right? It's in reverse, and it's paired with radiant. So when I see that your roots are in a very, very healthy place, that you're not stealing yourself from yourself anymore, this makes a whole lot more sense of why you're keeping your subconscious vulnerable, so that you don't have to constantly reopen the wounds. You can just literally work on it, primal release, and heal. So don't let these warnings in your subconscious be heavy. They are there. You're paying attention. It hasn't burnt the subconscious down yet. You are in a vulnerable place subconsciously, but your foundation is strong. And that's what I got for you, sweetie.
That's beautiful. I have the Temperance card for you here, Flower Beauty. I've learned a lot about this card in the past few months. I've done a bit of research about the Temperance card. It's often linked to the goddess Bridget, who is the goddess of the flame. So we have the fire, but she's also the goddess of sacred wells. She manages to be the goddess of two things that constantly are opposite one another, and she does it incredibly well. So temperance isn't just about being in balance, as this card suggested, doing yoga. Temperance is actually about owning it all and doing it incredibly well. And 2 cards to actually back this up came out. I have the Ace of Pentacles, a nice card, which suggests financial rewards and resources and all that. But I actually just wanted to focus on the fact that this person here has got a broom in one hand and a pentacle in the other. It's the start of the pentacle suit, not quite sure what to do with the broom and the pentacle. And then the Knight of Pentacles followed it out, and look, they have mastered not only broom flying, but they can fly holding the pentacle. So it's almost like this is the start, and you can master it. And again, you can not only, you can master the fire and the water. You can master the broom and holding the pentacle at the same time. It just takes that practice. It just takes that balance. It just takes that creative flair and that time to center yourself, as you were talking about, and then anything's possible because of it, because you've allowed yourself time to grow, time to work it through, time to manage it. So lovely message. Super. Thank you there, Flower Beauty. I don't know if you're here, but enjoy that on playback there. Thomas, we're going to read for you. I'm just going to catch up with.
No, I don't want to. No, just watch it.
No, we're not doing that one.
Don't want to.
Michelle Williams says, I love the energy in this space right now. Thank you.
I haven't eaten in like
yeah, so yeah, we're going to be doing yours shortly, but it is all done in a bit of a sort of irregular thing. We try and keep people in order if we can. So Jane, I can see Jane Atkins. I can say you've asked one. I don't know if we'll have time. If we do have time, my dear, we will try, but we still have quite a few people. Thanks, Ange, for that. I don't know what's happening, but right.
I'm shocked. Okay, so Brother Thomas, so the energy they want me to focus on for you is preservation, right? This energy is about starting to set and see boundaries, right? Not just setting them, you're seeing them now, right? This is the only way to actively seek the change that you desire. During all times, only positive will help the self-preservation during these essential vulnerabilities, right? So when you are in a place of preservation, you are in a place where there is a lot of light, there is a lot of infinite possibilities, and there is a lot to radiate and grow out of, right? But then when I looked at the overall energy of all of that, I got success and King of Swords. So you may be a man of very few words, which we all know because you're very selective in the words that you use. You're also not a man that's rattled very easy, and that's why you get the King of Swords. Your cage can't be fluffed. You can't be flustered. You don't allow other people to rent free space in your head, right? You're very positive with your king energy, and they paired it with success. So when you think about the success that comes with the King of Swords in your overall general energy subconsciously, all I can tell you is that you're in a moon position, and that is a excellent place to be. Even though you are not a moon child, you still enjoy the qualities that Mother Moon has, all of her cycles, and you honor her. So continue to wax and wane with her. Continue to be all of these positive, lifting things that you are to so many of us. Hold your preservation and remember that you have success and you are the king of all of everything that you make possible. And that's what I got.
That's lovely, because as you were talking about the moon, I pulled this card here, which has got the full moon on it. Let go and be, wildness and freedom, Thomas, there. So I pulled the Five of Swords for you as an overarching energy. And that's interesting because that came out as you were talking about, you know, being quite calm and in your king space there with that one there. Five of Swords to me often means that people can start rattling your cage if you're not careful, and that banter or perhaps friendships can start to possibly rub you up the wrong way, and that's when the friction arises. So don't allow any friction. If that is coming along in your life, either walk away from it, forget it, banish it, do whatever it was, but don't pander to people's conversations around the water filter at work, or do you know what I mean? Don't listen to that. Rise above it. I know that you will do that. You've got some lovely cards here. You've got some Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So it feels like fresh new starts, Thomas. I don't know if you're planning to do something that's a bit unusual or change it all up there. But again, you've got some real energy that it's time, as we enter into the spring, as we enter into Astara, to be going outside perhaps, or be thinking about doing something a bit creative, perhaps a new study, a new skill coming along there, because you're also being handed the Ace of Cups, which again sounds like it's something that could be creative here, and something that comes from your heart and touches your soul. So whether it's, I don't know, some fancy writing skills, or perhaps a new skill to do with art. I'm getting a lot of art. I'm getting a lot of creativity that's coming out of that there. But it really feels like that this is now a new season that's starting, and you're giving opportunity to find new creative channels and take them, because, you know, let go and be, as this card suggests. Go for it. What's to be lost? Go for it. Beautiful. Holding the deal, so to speak. Thomas, I'm thanking you for allowing us to read for you.
Thank you.
I think yours is real close. Okay, yes, we're just talking about that. Care Bear says, I double that deck. I love using mine. Yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely. And Thomas says, outside now, creating for channel, totally unflusterable. Unflusterable. I can't say that word. Unflusterable. Yeah, that. Not flustered.
I love it. I love it.
And okay, I'm just gonna have a little sip of water. You okay, Hershe, for a little bit longer?
Yes.
We got some people again asking for readings. Let's have a little look who's up next. So Beth is up next, and then it's Sega, then it's Kristen Louise. Beth has just asked, could you please look at the energy around the life-changing move I made to the Midwest recently? So there's a location move there and acclimating, hashtag acclimating, like that. Unflushable is a tongue twister. You're absolutely right.
Ooh, so you say you moved here to the Midwest, right? I would say that you were seeking reflection, that you were seeking maybe a slower way of life, because it is quite slow here. Most places in the Midwest part that I'm in shut down at like 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the daytime, right? Like they go to bed because they're up waking the chickens up so the chickens can wake everything else up, right? So what I got was reflection and meditate. So when I think about the two pairings with these cards, I think about what is it that it's wanting you to reflect, right? Are you contemplating on something, or is the answer that you seek already there? The overall energy I got was Queen of Wands. So again, a beautiful card, a beautiful pairing to go with a kind of a look-see, right? Queen of Wands in the energy that she has a lot of people at her back. She's got a lot of people in her ear. She's got a lot of people that's always trying to tell her something, right? But she has to make ultimately the best decision, not just for her, but for her entire community, for everybody that all hails the queen and follows the queen of this energy, right? Your children, your spouse, your partner, your significant other, just the inner parts of you that you take with you, because you take you with you everywhere you go. So I think it's actually a good thing. I think you're going to find some things that find reflection in your life for you to a calmer, easier time. And I think with your queen energy, I think that no matter if you're in the corn sticks in the middle of the heartland, or if you're in one of the bigger cities, you're going to be just fine. You're going to succeed.
I echo that as well. As I said earlier to Hershe, I don't know anything about American geography, Midwest. Looking at these cards, I'm going to suggest it's quite fertile because I've got a lot of growing here. Because firstly, I pulled for you the Empress card, so it feels that you'll move the energy there. You're settling into your rhythm. You're settling into your lifestyle. You're settling into what makes you happy, and perhaps with that change, you've had an opportunity to change not just your location, but your life in many ways. And you can decide to explore new things. You can put down what doesn't serve you anymore. And having that change, that allows you to make that break for the things that perhaps didn't serve you. So it really feels like you're owning this move, and that there is this opportunity, obviously, to be outside, to be with the wildlife, to be living that element that you perhaps have always wanted to be and felt restricted by where you were living there. I've also put for you again the Seven of Pentacles, more growth, more gardening, more yard work. It's all there, and it's about again settling into the pace of life. It's not going to happen overnight, but these things obviously take time to grow, take time to fit together. But you're doing it, and keep doing what you're doing, because it is all growing, it is all coming into flower and harvest. So it's a real lovely energy that's coming out of it. And again, I've got the Knight of Pentacles. Again, this is somebody who's settling into their space. We talked earlier about the fact that he can fly and carry a pentacle at the same time. So this knight, again, slow energy. We talked about the slowness tonight of the pentacles. So take your time, master it, slow steps, but feels like you're really in your element, and that there's a lot of lovely growth still to come, and a fertile time. So it feels good, and good luck to you on that one, Beth. Thank you, Ange. Explore is my word for 2024, says Beth. What a great
Ooh, I like
word.
that.
Fertile, bucolic, pastoral, Midwest, says Thomas. Children at the cornstick. Thank you, everyone. I think, I think I'm getting it. Growth and patience.
Yes. I think that movie was filmed in Missouri. I know it wasn't, but I'm just saying, lots of cornfields. Lived in a few.
Keller says, more yard work, Beth didn't order that. And Beth says again, Knight of Pentacles is my guide for my move across the country. These are so spot on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. And Barbara, who we read for recently today, so just in case you missed my comment, my reading was spot on and very accurate. Thank you both. I did miss it. I am so sorry, Barbara. I'll go back and have a look. I don't know when it was. But I'm really pleased it resounded and had resonance with you. So I'll go back and read that at the end. So thank you for that. I will find that out. That's very kind of you to let us know. Oh, and I don't do yard work. There you go. Just keep growing stuff. Just keep growing and growing. Don't worry about what the soil looks like. It will be so luscious and fertile. You'll be okay.
Right. It won't matter.
Okay, where are we? So, Segar, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly there. There's a question, when will I get married? I'm from country where arranged marriages is also a possibility. Are you okay reading for that one, Hershe?
I will try.
Okay.
I will ask. Ooh, okay. So, I don't like when I get like just hard, emphatic things, right? And they didn't give me that. What they gave me was a bunch of I don't know. So here's what I want to say about it. I got an unlikely if you're thinking about it in that mind frame, right? Marriage should be a fellowship. It should be the coming together of two people loving each other more than they love themselves, more wanting it, right? If you get the unlikely card as like your top answer, maybe it's not the marriage you're seeking, right? Maybe it's not the actual commitment that you're seeking, or maybe it's just not meant for you at this time. I got that you're going in the wrong direction, because if you were going in the right direction, it would be upright. So maybe before this ultimate marriage and ring vow commitment, you really need to listen and trust your intuition about something. I'm not sure why these are the three cards that I got for you for your question, sweetheart. But what I can tell you is that I don't think you're going in the right direction. I'm not sure that marriage is ultimately what is right for you currently, and that there's something that you're not trusting in your gut, and the universe is trying to prove it to you by intensifying that gut. Trust your intuition. It's the only time your gut's going to go crazy, right? Unless you got to go to the bathroom. So if you don't have to go to the bathroom and your gut is tripping, that is the universe definitely yanking. Like, pay attention. So absolutely look at the three energies and then absolutely apply them to where they apply in your life. Not to where you want them, but where they apply in your life.
That's very interesting. I don't tend to do readings like this, but we are, and it's interesting what's come out, because I have got three cards that would represent men, males, perhaps husbands in here. I've got the Emperor. I have got the King of Wands. And I have also the King of Pentacles. We have earlier already talked about those gentlemen and how they are opposites in many ways. And then crowning this, you've got the Emperor, which is a very strong masculine power. This deck, this reading is giving me a lot of masculine people vibes, which is what the question was that you are, I suppose, asking about there. I don't like the vibe I'm getting off these cards, and I don't know why, because there are beautiful illustrations, and this is a very lovely, lovely, lovely deck. The other card that I pulled is interesting. You've got the Ace of Swords. Now, I don't know whether you're going to be in a situation, you talked about arranged marriages, of whether there's choices between people, as in who may be being arranged for you there. I don't know if this is just what some of the concepts are of who you might like to marry. I don't even know if this is showing up as an ideal partner. I'm not getting a good vibe, I have to say. It's that it all feels very much like they are presenting. I am this, I am that, I am the emperor. Look at my shiny armor. And perhaps you're not seeing what's happening underneath. You're not seeing it's all smoke and mirrors that seem to be going on at the moment. So I'm going to put out a word of caution, is that don't be fooled into rushing into situations when these people show their heads. Use your brain. The the Ace of Swords is all about sharp thinking and giving your head time to ask the questions. It's all to do with the head and nothing to do with the heart at all. Okay, so don't fall for these people until you've had a really good think about if that is exactly what you want, because it kind of feels that once the decision's made, you might not have much. It feels like the energy could snowball quite fast here, and you might find yourself in a situation faster than you imagine it. So just really make sure, if you are going to get married and it is an arrangement, you are happy for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I'm hoping that makes sense on that one there. There you go. It is strange, and we have got a lot of similar cards. I promise you, we are shuffling these decks here.
I'm shuffling
here. Hershe and everyone, I've been grieving with great pain. Oh, I'm so sorry. My sister passed away in the hand. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, Vanessa, to hear that. Haven't stopped crying. Can I please get a reading about grieving? Yes, I would be happy to do that if that's something that will help. Yeah. We are just about to, I'm just going to check who we've done readings for. We've got Jane. I don't know, Jane, if you're still here, if you could let us know. If you are here, just pop into the comments if you are here. And then Vanessa will do your reading for you. And then, because Kristen's had to go, we'll do her reading so she can catch up with that later. I hope that makes sense. It is strange how these cards are appearing a lot tonight. Perhaps I need to pay attention to the Knight of Pentacles as well. It's quite often the one there. Everyone's saying very sorry for your loss there. Jane hasn't said she's here yet, so what we'll do is we'll do Vanessa, and then Jane, if you are here, just let us know. But if that's okay, Hershe, you're right to do a reading for Vanessa.
Yeah, I don't actually have any cards I can pull for you, honey. What I can tell you is that I can just literally, I can feel it. You know, the confusion, the doubt, the flight feeling of why did this have to happen? So there's anger, there's retaliation, there's all kinds of emotions and feelings that we don't even think about. We don't put into our everyday line of thought because, you know, this kind of thing doesn't happen every day. When this thing happens and it hits home and it's with somebody that you think you can trust and that you think you can love, all you can do is find forgiveness. That is not easy to find, but I'm not saying for the person, the bad guy in the situation. What I'm saying is for yourself. I need you to go through every single emotion, the mad, the anger, the pissed off, the the laughing, you can't explain why, the mad and the snot and the ugly. Feel every bit of it. Every
Yeah.
single bit of it is valid. It's part of the grief, right? Go through it, take your time, voice your feelings. Do not shove them in your pocket. Do not put yourself on a time limit, and just allow yourself to be. You don't have
Yeah.
to do anything, just be. Allow people to be your legs when you can't stand. Allow people to be your hands when you can't hold. Allow people to be your mouth when you can't speak. Allow the people that want to love you and help hold you and be a rock for you during this time. Let them be everything that you need. You can't see it, but the ones that love you can. You may know it, but you may not know how to show it. They got you. I got you. Anybody that you come across in this world would want to help you. I will listen. Hit me up. Go through every single emotion, honey. Go through the entire process.
Yeah.
Take your time and heal in a healthy way. It's not going to be easy, but it can be done with time and
Yeah.
care for yourself. And that's
Yeah.
what I got from this week. I'm sorry I don't have
I
cards.
absolutely echo what Hershe says. We are all here for you. And if you ever need to reach out to any one of us, I know we would be there anytime that we can. So please remember that one there. Wow, I pulled the star card for you. And I'm just going to give you that image to think about there, because there's so much the energy of the universe in this card. Okay. It's normally people talk about hope. And I know at the moment everything probably feels a little bit hopeless, but you need to think about, and people often say there's a new star shining tonight when somebody passes away. So take whatever you need, whatever spiritual understanding, spiritual belief you need to help you through this. Okay. Find your bright star, hang on to that one and keep looking out for it. Similarly, I got the Ace of Pentacles with this one here. And again, I don't know if you can see that this person is standing, the sun is shining behind them, and the light is radiating out to that pentacle there. It might be that you have a special keepsake that you want to hang on to. So hang on to those golden memories, hang on to those things. As Hershe so eloquently said, there is no time scale for this. You get yourself in a place where you're going to feel all those emotions at all different times. Just make sure that you have things around you that are going to help you get through this process. I've also pulled the Four of Swords. Having gone through grief myself, I know how tiring it is. Okay. So allow yourself to get the rest that you need, and that could be going to sleep at any time during the day or night. You might be awake during the night, but just make sure that you are getting that rest for you to mentally cope with everything here. And it might mean that you have to perhaps take something to help you sleep. You know, it might be that you look at your sleeping patterns. It might be that you look at what you eat or drink, or perhaps have some herbal things to help you to sleep. But that is important, that sleeping process, because that's when your brain allows to start to close down, and it starts that process of what's going on, and just get the rest there. I've also pulled the Queen of Swords for you, and that's an interesting card. What I think this card is saying, and I think Hershe again touched on this, is that we can all be very, very stoic sometimes and feel like we have to be strong for other people. And that helps for a little bit, but that's just putting on armor. That's just not dealing with your own grief, your own energy there. So if you find yourself where you're having to be strong for other people, remember that you also have to have that strength for yourself, and you are the most important person at this present. So if you do need to support people, of course, if you can do, but again, make sure it is allowing you to go through the processes that we've talked about. I'm sending you all my love, my darling, and anytime you need any help from us here, please message us. Thank you for allowing us as well, and I'm just sending you lots of healing, as I'm sure lots of people are there. I'm just going to catch up with people in chat there. People sending some absolutely lovely messages there. I'm not going to read them all out. I'm going to let you, Vanessa, read those when you are when you feel ready for them, and you can come back and look at it whenever you like there. Yeah, you will see your North Star again. Oh, lovely. Okay. And Vanessa does say thank you. Love you all. Oh, love you too. Okay, Jane hasn't got back to me, so we're just going to move on to Kristen, and that's going to be our last one for this evening, Hershe, if that's okay. Sorry if I've missed anyone out, but yeah. Okay, Kristen says, doing my first large tarot reading gig for a solar eclipse event. Any advice I need to hear for this gig?
So, sometimes we get cards and not cards fit, I picked the deck they told me to pick, and then I'm looking at the cards and I'm like, really? Really? But that's what they want. So what I can tell you is that it is one hell of a journey that's ahead of you. Do you see that fire that's literally coming from the arse, so to speak, the derriere? What I want you to see is that that's behind you, right? This new journey that you're on, right? You're not going to go in it talking out your arse. You're actually going in it upright. You know what's ahead of you. You know how to intuitively touch your cards. You know the decks that are bonded with you. You know the decks that know you as well as you know them. They know everything about you. They call you out. They make you mad. Some hell, I put mine in purgatory when I get mad at them for calling me out. It's just who we are, right? Remember, when they pair you with 2 6s, they want you to get out there. They need your action. They need your movement. You need to not necessarily be in the troubled water, but you need to move into some different water, right? You need to put yourself out there. You need to share more of you. You need to be part of something, right? And the only way you can do that is just be you. Literally hold your emperor energy, hold your confidence, hold your ground, and make them see the cards the way that you are feeling the cards, not the way they think the cards are supposed to go, right? This is all for show. You have the connection. You have everything inside of you. And by the looks of it, it is going to be one hell of a journey. And you are doing it in serenity. So this is something that you're not just called to, you're drawn to it, right? It's a deeper kind of calling, right? You don't know who's going to sit at the table. You don't know what the questions are, but you can read the energy and you know what the silent questions are, and you know how to pick them out of the cards that lay in front of you and tell a story that is meant for just them. So absolutely get out there, absolutely put your gift out there, show them people what you have inside of you, and let them know why you came. And that's what I got for you.
I have the Eight of Swords for you, Kristen, which is get out of your headspace. You can do this. The only thing that's holding you back is yourself in many ways. So don't overthink things. Just go with the flow. It will work. It will work beautifully. Just don't overcomplicate things, and go with the flow, and just don't overthink it. I've got a card for the people that you might be doing this gig for, which is wonderful. The Knight of Wands. They are going to be so excited for this. They are going to be hanging off every word that you come up with. They are on your side, those people that are going to be there. They're not there to catch you out. They want to know. They want to be part of it. They want to celebrate with you. They are backing you 100%. And a card for you, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So I would say get yourself grounded. Make sure you do your grounding and all the stuff you need to beforehand to prepare for a big reading. Breathing exercises, crystals, grounding, all that stuff. Eat a good meal, and then you will just romp through as the Queen of Pentacles. Everybody will be hanging off your every word. But not only that, you are going to nourish these people. You are going to teach them, and you're going to really support them through any issues or anything that comes up with the reading. So this is a perfect card for somebody, because it's not about the showmanship, the whiz bang wonderfulness of it all. It's the quiet, respectful kind of teaching, motherly kind of role that is really useful to have. So I hope that is useful to you, Kristen, and we all wish you the best of luck with this gig. The event will be fun. Make sure you give them the best.
No doubt. No doubt.
I have missed off Jane. I'm so sorry, Jane. I lost your comment in the chat there. So we have got one more reading to do there. I'm sorry. I know we want to be here all night.
Absolutely. I can't
believe that, but we have. So Jane, I'm really sorry. I wasn't ignoring you. I just lost your comment in the middle of it. So this one's for you. We'll do a general reading for Jane, I think. You can do it, Kristen Louise. Absolutely.
Okay, so I just kind of did a shadow check for you real quick, just to see, you know, what's going on in the main areas that subconsciously we have to stay aware of, and that's mainly our crown and our root, right? In your roots, you got 8 of Swords in reverse, right? When I think about this in the root area, I think about what you're not, right? You're not bound up. You're not conflicted. You're not allowing other people's opinions and thoughts and images of you to affect your root system anymore. When I look at your heart, I see create. I see this as power, right? When you look at the card, the yellow just pops, right? This is that yellow that invites you in. This is that beautiful yellow canary, or that beautiful soft lemonade that you like to drink, or maybe you like it southern sweet and you like it dark and a little bitter, you know, more like a tangy kind of thing. Whatever it is that's got this yellow, beautiful energy in your heart and causing you to want to create, and it doesn't matter what you're creating, from A to Z, literally from apples to zebras, whatever you want to create, you can make it happen when you have that kind of energy in your heart. In your crown, you got rise up. When you think about the energy that it takes for anything to rise up, right? It has to start at a 0 or a flat balance of nothingness, right? And it has to have the strength to pull itself up, to rise up off of the ground, rise up off the chair, rise up off the water, whatever it is, you got to rise up. Rise up and realize that you are your own possibility. You are open and willing to consider all possibilities, and you stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. So allowing that kind of knowledge in your head. It's like a go-getter mentality, right? I don't have to worry about getting prepared because I stay prepared. I stay ready. That's that squirrel mentality, always being one step ahead. Absolutely a good place to be subconsciously. Just don't allow one step to turn into two, because you will find yourself falling back. So be confident in this, but don't let this become the energy that becomes cocky kind of energy in your mind. So be very cautious, be very careful. You're in a very safe place. Keep creating and keep allowing that yellow to be in your heart, because you cannot go wrong with anything when you got yellow in your heart. And that's what I got for you.
I'm a bit flustered now, Jane. This has nothing to do with you. I'm just wondering if there are 78 cards in a deck, because I've just pulled the King of Pentacles again. I'm just wondering.
Like, that's been in every read for you.
Tonight. I think this might be a message for me. So I'm a bit like, okay, I will take that. But I think we've got slightly different cards for you. I've got the Three of Pentacles, and I've also got the Queen of Wands for you here as well. I'm wondering if something's going on that's involving you to, obviously, the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. It doesn't necessarily have to be to do with work and the work career side of it all, but it's about making sure that people in your life are all pulling together. They're all trying to be part of the big picture, and that this moving forward is creative and not necessarily straightforward, but everybody knows what they're doing, knows what their role is, knows how they fit into it all. And if that works, then it's all very, very plain sailing. The reason I say that is because of these two court cards. Again, they are a bit of the opposite of where they are. I talked how the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands are very different. This time we've got the Queen of Wands. So she's a little bit more supportive, but she is still a very flashy lady. She's got a wonderful red dress and a huge dragon behind her. You know, so she doesn't like to be caught being boring. She is out there as well in a supportive role, but at the same time, she likes to make sure that people notice her, and that when she walks into a room, some people turn around and almost applaud. It's a bit like when RuPaul walks down the catwalk. You have to do the clapping for it. So I'm just wondering whether there's two energies that's going on that's making this teamwork, that's pulling together, slightly awkward, or perhaps using it for the benefit, because there's two different energies here. There's fire and there's earth energy here, and that can be a perfect combination when it's used correctly there. I've also got the Four of Swords. Again, that's a card that's cropped up a couple of times tonight. Perhaps it is time to take a little break from a situation, particularly if it's work and it's draining you a little bit there. Perhaps just take some time to perhaps meditate, to get yourself recentered, rebalanced. If this situation is sorting itself out very well, and just remember that this world is made up of very many different people. Play to their strengths, but at the same time, there are people there that just simply might rub you up the wrong way, and we just have to get on with those, or think about how we use that for the very best to move forward as a group, as a collective on that one there. I'm hoping that makes a little bit of sense to you there, Jane. I've also pulled a oracle card for you, and you have compassion. You are loved unconditionally. So again, just remember, when you walk into that room, lighting it all up, everybody is appreciating you being there, and they might not tell you, and you might not get the applause, but know that people are silently applauding you. I hope that seems to you there. So, Care Bear says that's one of my most favourite Queen cards. It's lovely, isn't it? Queen just came out for must be an interesting for us. There we go. I can't believe we've done nearly 2 hours, Hershe, my lovely.
No, it was...
Which is a good sign. It's a sign that it's been lovely. I hope you can come back on the channel at some point. and do some more. Also, we have been arranging for us to do something else on your channel, haven't we? So,
yes, I'm bound to get you on my scavenger hunt one way or another. I will not give up. No, I'm definitely down to come back. This is probably the closest I will ever get to anything on the other side of the pond. So invite me back. I will be there, and I'll even wear a funny little hat or something next time.
Oh, I look forward to that one. I'm taking you up on that one there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you have much planned for the next few weeks or so? You got any lives or anything you'd like to talk about?
Well, I do. Literally the next month of my life is going to be crazy because I'm moving. I'm so ready. I'm so excited, guys. It's finally happened. I'm not releasing where I'm going yet. I will be giving a full update, but I'm taking it kind of slack a little bit for the next 30 days, but I do have class on Sundays. I have my Mondays that I will always be there for you guys for meta messages, and for Wednesdays. So right now I'm just kind of sticking with the Mondays and the Wednesdays until I get moved. And then once I get moved, it's a whole different situation. I've got a show with Deanna and Gerald coming up this month, but I'm really just kind of taking it easy until I get moved. And then I'm going to be right back heavy coming back at you guys.
I'm going to wish you all the success with the move, because I know that can be a really dramatic thing. So I hope it goes really smoothly.
Yes.
But I'm sure we'll hear about it on YouTube. You'll be in the chats, won't you, and talking.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I really appreciate you.
You're like, this is where I'm going. So,
yeah, we'll be watching you, but not in a stalkery way. We'll be making sure you're okay. And
well, I mean, if I'm making stalker videos, like I'm in the U-Haul, like, can y'all guess where we're going? We're on this highway. I don't know. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, we want you to make a video, and put
absolutely,
upload. That would be amazing.
No, take the wheel. I'm just saying, it's gonna be fun.
I'm just doing a plug for next Friday. Gerald and I are long stashing, I believe, next Friday. So it's time for your star reading. So if you again fancy some free readings, like and subscribe. We'll be simulcasting to both our channels, and we are doing readings based around the spring equinox and the changes in the energies of the time. So please come along that next Friday. Set the alarms, like and subscribe, do all that business there. Thank you everybody who's been in chat today and allowing us to do all the readings. It's been a pleasure. Some really lovely things going on. Yes, do the YouTubey things. Oh, Callum's already there. Oh, Stash, we're already there for that one.
I know. It seems like it's been forever since I've seen those.
But again, in all the links to our channels. Right, let's say goodbye to everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and Orshi, thank you once again for being with us today. So, good night. Bye.